3 o'clock.
Again.
Go on it. Hit central top.
Yep, hit.
G'day and welcome to Mark and Sam After Work. Today I want to do a video on the 4AW slider. Little innocent looking little piece of gear here. It's a bag rider slash a rider for all sorts of things, and I'll go through and explain a little bit more. But basically it's a device that I've designed to be able to do a few jobs. The immediate job it was designed for, or the job that I first come up with this little piece for, was to replace or to give you a field option of extreme precision shooting, which is, and I suppose to quickly cut through what I'm explaining there, is that when you're shooting a rifle after the best accuracy, then some rear end support, like a bag, is very relevant. So what I mean by that is with a rifle, whatever form this is set up this is a custom rifle, but it matters for all rifles, is when you shoot the rifle, to make it go straight forward and back gives you more consistency and more accuracy. We normally do that with a bag. So something like a bag on the back there, that gives you a straighter line of push, which gives you more consistency and more accuracy. Using something like a field bag, a squeeze bag, that sort of stuff works to a certain degree. But when you go to more accuracy than that, when you want more consistency and more easier shooting, actually gives you more accuracy, then you go to something like an adjustable bag base. What this gives you, rather than squeezing your bag to get onto target, you can then actually adjust it with the knob on the back here. So as your bag stays packed down, adjust on the back here to get yourself right, your elevation exactly onto target. And then this is a slippery surface, so bear with me. But then you get this same straight forward and back push, but you get it in the ability to be able to adjust it onto target, so you don't have the inconsistencies that you get out of squeezing a bag and moving it like that, or shooting off your shoulder and all the rest of it. All work well, but in the way of the best accuracy and the best consistency, to have a packed bag that is adjusted onto target gives you simply that more consistency, so more accuracy. So that was the first concept, or the concept I was working with. How do you turn this into something that you can use in field situations, whether that's hunting or whatever you're doing, but you want to have that same extreme precision you get from shooting at the range, or shooting whatever setup where you can take all your gear and bring that down to minimum gear. My first thoughts were about lightening this sort of system off. I would say in that the biggest units of these are version 4s, and there's various versions you'll see. The bigger you get, the more accuracy you get, the more consistency you get, the nicer they are to use, but the harder they are to get there and get back. So to pack, to carry, to all that sort of stuff, the harder. So how do I turn it into a field version? And I started designing things to make this lighter and easier to cart and all that sort of stuff. And that's where I ended up with this. That same backward forward movement, but done in a fashion that is a simple rail. This is a monopod. This is an Atlas monopod on the bottom of it that can obviously fold away, and then you turn into where it is back down to, and obviously this is a bit more of a tactical slash target rifle. So it's a larger creature on that side of things. But this system actually all comes from, and I'll put this back off the table, all comes from this little unit here. So this simply turns into where it's bolted to the back of your rifle in whatever form it is. There is a range of screws, and this is just our first batch. I'm doing a full batch for which go on sale very shortly. Well, you can buy them now, but they'll be for delivery shortly, which is going to have some more holes in it and the front side of things as well, which gives you more flexibility. What I did to do with these is I've got M5 holes through that and M5 holes through the center stainless steel piece. By the way, this is 70-75 aluminium in hard anodized, so it's peened and hard anodized, so it's nice and durable on that side of it. This is stainless steel, and I'll show you a little bit on the inside of it in a little bit, but lots of machining to get to this. But M5, so 5mm threads all the way through here. What I had designed, this has got a scribe line down the center of it, which you can drill holes wherever you want. They're all going to have that. But what I'm actually coming up with some more holes with countersunk insides, which is what you could do to these, and what I did, I drilled them out and countersunk them. But the ones we're actually going to be selling are going to have it on the inside already countersunk. So with some decent bolt spacings, it should line up to Atlas bolt spacings, and the majority of what you find on the bottom of rifles, whether that's mounting as you can do with the likes of a quick release mount on there, so you can clip it onto a Picatinny rail. They'll all come with a Picatinny rail to bolt on the bottom of it, but that's all the various ways whether you're bolting it straight to, and I'll get into a little bit more of that. But that's basically what it turned into, a design of something that you could bolt multiple things to, and in that situation there, we're putting a monopod on the back of it, bolting it directly to the rifle, Picatinny rail on the bottom of it, and a monopod on the back of it. It also turned into the thing that I'd used previously in the way of replacing something for a fore end of the rifle or running on the tripod, which worked really well. This is a 300 Win mag. I have simply bolted on this with a couple of those countersunk things and some M-locks to the bottom of a fore end that has an M-lock chassis on it, M-lock slots on it, and then I've mounted an ARCA rail to the bottom here. So that turned into something that worked really nicely in the way of forward and back movement to be able to slide off the tripod, and that actually was super functional. Nice and neat and tidy, bolts on there. You could leave the rifle running like this without any problems whatsoever. And of course, in what I haven't done any testing with, but I did previously testing, is I had a forward sliding bipod mount that I ran in different systems, and this unit could do that as well. It could go up the front there and you could run your bipod off the bottom of it. I suppose multiple ways of looking at how you can use this thing, and I suppose we'll get into a little bit of the design. Like I said, it's made to be bolted on either side. It's made to replace or go on where a bag rider, or in the middle section where an ARCA rail or a Picatinny rail, or at the front, or wherever you want on the rifle. Made to be able to give you that straight forward and back movement where you were sliding across something, or in the tripod where you're asking the tripod to rock. Well, this lets it go straight across, straight forward and back. It's not designed to try and help with reducing recoil at all. In actual fact, that would make it a negative. The moment this is causing resistance, the more it's going to make it move around more than I want it to. So no, it's made to just be able to slide. At this stage, it's just done in a firm. It's got a solid stop, both front and rear. I was potentially going to make that whether it had a spring to push against or something soft to push against. I found in the testing it just isn't required at all. I found you really could preload against it. It pushed away. It does go, when you push it back down, it does go to a clunk when you push it back forward on the front of it, but nothing that I found detracting in any shape, form, fashion. So was happy with that. But listen, I've got I've got years of testing to do, and there's already people who have purchased them, other people back and using them and that type of thing, and really we'll develop as to where it goes to. I probably am going to do an ARCA rail mount that can go to this, which you can buy on the store. There's things like making little adapters and bits and pieces to go to the MDT chassis with their funny little angle on the back there to be able to put them on there. And listen, there's probably a range of other ways you could use them as well. I have used it in what you've seen with me and Sam both testing it.
Put a couple over there and set shoots, and then we'll put you behind it.
Ready? Yeah, good to go. We've got a few in there, so I'm struggling to see. Sorry.
Yeah, that's right. Moved pretty central.
Yeah, it did, didn't it? That was centre. Beautiful. It didn't stop rocking from the last hit.
No.
Ready?
Yep. Pretty sure it was 3 o'clock.
Okay.
12 o'clock. Well, 12.
Okay.
30.
Okay.
4 inches down.
Just above centre. Try that. Here we go.
Top left corner.
Hit central top.
Oh, here's again.
Oh, okay.
That's right edge.
Okay. Right, yeah.
Yep, hit.
Beautiful. All right, I'll stop there, hey?
In how accurate was it shoot with? As you saw, it shot really accurately, but I would say there's in comparison in the way of straight forward and back push, really good. In the way of side to side movement, it comes more down to you. As much as it's got its forend, its back and that sort of stuff, not quite as stable as shooting with a bag base. Or with a packed out heavy bag, that sort of stuff, that controls side to side more, so it's more down to the shooter. But I suppose then getting back to where we're at is this is actually trying to be a field option. This is more out and about, whether it's a PRS or that side of things where you're out and about and you don't want to carry your stuff around. So hunting and all that type of thing, this gives you the option with the monopod or with something on the back there to be able to give you that better and close to the same. So your elevation is going to be the same from shooting on your bag. So your elevation adjustments or your point of impact in elevation is going to be the same from shooting on your bag or your bag base at the range. So it's the same there. You're in more control of the straight forward and back. This to me turns into also where, even though this is the field position where you can shoot like that in the field position, you can also, when you think about it, fold that forward, stick that in the bag, or that goes into the bag base, and then you have the ability to do that same thing of where you actually are practicing at the range, where you've got a bag base, full stability, all the rest of it, but that same rifle, it's set up, it's zeroed, all the rest of it, be able to go out into the field without all that stuff there, and have something in a very similar level, fold that, in a very similar level of consistency, which gives you that accuracy in this sort of format here. So listen, it's where we're at the moment. It is certainly something that, as I mentioned, it is it's actually on the store. You can do it, you can buy it in a pre-order if you want to. I will be using it in places and doing more testing in bits and pieces. It is more the stuff that I use for, not on camera. This is more the stuff I use out in the field, but listen, it's working really nicely. There's a bit of bits and pieces as to how it's going to mount up and all the rest of it, but I suppose the extra win I've got out of this one here is being able to do that on the tripod. I think that's a super win as well. On the store for a pre-order if you want them. Otherwise, it's probably going to be around the 1st of May is when we'll actually have bulk in here, where we've put together the new lot with the extra holes and bits and pieces in them. But yeah, really happy with it. Anyway guys, let us know any thoughts. Thanks for checking in, and we'll catch you next time.